was your favorite Disney princess growing up, and how did that affect your childhood? How did that shape your childhood?
Well, when I was a child, we didn't have all these current tough girls to admire. We had more, I don't know, soft, sweet princesses. I loved Snow White as a child. I was really obsessed with all of the dwarves, and I thought that she was very maternal and motherly with them. I'm a dance teacher now, so I think, I guess in terms of her, comparing her to my life, she was very nurturing, and I tried to do the same thing. As far as how it actually impacted my life, I think we just grew up thinking that we would meet our prince, and I think I even thought that in high school, that boys that I met, every single boy that I dated in high school, I was looking at whether they were going to be my husband one day, which is crazy. But I do think some of that is perpetuated by the movies that we just see all the time that are about all the woman really wants, all the girl really wants is true love. And there's nothing more important in the world than finding that true love. And that's not reality. But I did think that even in high school.
So looking back at it, how has your perspective on the Disney princesses changed? And you said that Snow White's your favorite princess. Has that changed, or just the way that you look at it now? Do you have a different ideal?
I still love the old school princesses. I find them very amusing and very entertaining. But just to follow my daughter's lead, I do like that Disney has become more inclusive of girls with red hair and girls that want to play dirty and girls that, want to go against, society or even their parents. I appreciate all that. I don't know if I have a favorite princess, so I would say since my daughter likes the tough girl princesses, then I guess my favorite princesses are the ones that she likes as well.
So, in all the publicity that we see, one of the things that I've noticed is, the original version of Merida that they put out. I don't know if you followed up with that, but there was a lot of scandal because she was shown in, a very low-cut gown that was sparkly and just totally not like her. There was also, with Mulan, we never see Mulan in armor. We always see her portrayed in the kimono, which is the closest thing to a dress, even though in all the films she was primarily in armor or, in a tunic and pants. How do you think that shapes how girls look at themselves and look at the princesses and kind of compare?
So are you saying that when you're saying the original sketches of Merida were different than what she actually...
Not the sketches, but the publicity when they started to put out merchandise and stuff. The Merida, the first image of Merida that they put out, she was very bodacious, in this sparkly turquoise gown. She didn't have her bow and quiver. It was very low cut. She was very voluptuous, and there was a lot of scandal, especially from all the mothers who had looked at Merida to be a role model for their daughters. So eventually Disney reverted it, but at the time it was...
I'm not even aware of that. I think my daughter was kind of past the princesses when Merida even came out. So it wasn't one of those things that I was looking at her as being a particular role model for my child or even really concerned about it at the age that she was. I'm glad that Disney reverted it. I'm glad that, whoever made that decision ended up changing their mind because she certainly was not portrayed in any sexual form in the G movie. I don't know why they ever felt a need to put her in revealing clothing. It makes absolutely no sense for their target audience. Usually those types of things are to draw in men, as they do in PG-13 movies that my son watches. All of the heroines and the superheroes that are women are all in black leather and their, breasts are pronounced. And I just assume that's to draw in teenage boys and teenage men. And I don't know why Disney would feel like they needed to draw in that audience to a children's movie. So from that standpoint, it just makes no sense.
And how do you feel that Elsa changes standards? Because I know that we were talking about in high school, and I had the same problem because I didn't grow up with these Disney princesses, every guy I dated or, I went on dates with, I viewed them as, okay, am I going to marry this person? How do you think that Elsa and Anna kind of changed that standard for girls?
I saw the movie one time. I'm probably not the best person to ask about that movie. I probably could defer to my child over there. I like that Elsa was unselfish. I thought that she was very loyal to her sister and to her family first, which I appreciated. But I don't really remember the relationship with who's the guy in that movie.
Well, the biggest thing is that Anna wanted to marry Hans, and then Elsa's one of the most striking lines from the film is, "You can't marry a man that you just met." Even though Cinderella, Snow White.
That's right. And we were talking about how, you just one kiss and you fall in love with someone and you marry that person. We were talking about that movie Enchanted. Have you seen the movie Enchanted?
Yes.
And it kind of makes fun of all the princess movies, little tongue in cheek. And that is the thing. They're running around and then she says, "Okay, let's get married." I appreciate Elsa, telling her sister you can't marry a guy that you just met, because that is directly in defiance of all of the other princess movies that we grew up with. True love's first kiss happens right away, and then they sweep off into marriage. It's a little crazy.